Here's why your creativity goes to shit when you're stressed out and anxious. So every single second of the day and night, your brain fluctuates between different brainwave patterns, from beta down to alpha, down to theta, and then finally down to delta. Now the beta brainwave pattern is associated with normal everyday waking. I'm in a beta state right now-ish. That when you kind of like relax down, sometimes when you close your eyes, your brainwaves slow down and you go into an alpha brainwave pattern. This is where we start tapping into more creativity. When you get down even more, you drop down into theta state. So when you're in theta, that's when you're kind of consciously unconscious. It happens when you slide into sleep. And when you go into delta, you go into sleep wave states. Then when you come out of sleep, you go through delta, you pass through theta as you start waking up. You go through alpha, and then you finally go to beta when you're awake. So when you're stressed out and anxious, what happens is your brain goes into what's called high beta. Now when you're in a high beta state, you start becoming more and more anxious than you started. When you become anxious, your brain triggers a response in your body which releases cortisol and adrenaline. This cortisol and adrenaline and this high beta state knock off your prefrontal cortex, and the blood goes to your amygdala, which is the fear center in your brain. So you start having rigid fear-based thinking. Because your prefrontal cortex has been knocked offline, you're now not able to make complex decisions, complex problem solving. You have less access to the creativity that exists within there. But when you start coming out of that high stress state, when you start becoming more playful, when you start having fun, your brainwaves go from high beta down into alpha. When they come into alpha, the blood comes back out of your amygdala up to your prefrontal cortex, and now, hey presto, you can once again are capable of doing complex problem solving, making complex decisions, and being in flow-based decision making. You're not making fear-based decisions and fucking yourself over. So if you want to be more creative, if you want to have more flow in your life, you need to get less stress in your life. And ironically, if you want to get less stress in your life, you need to get more flow in your life. To get more flow in your life, you want to start micro-dosing flow. I'm going to teach you how to micro-dose flow in tomorrow's video.